Glendale has now become the first city in California and only the third in the country to pass a resolution apologizing for its history as a sundown town. Now, that term is in reference to cities that once excluded African Americans. NBC4's Angie Crouch now with more on the impact that it may have.
In June, hundreds of people in Glendale joined tens of thousands across the nation, staging Black Lives Matter protests calling for racial justice. The Glendale City Council has responded with a promise to address racial bias in the city, starting by unanimously passing a resolution apologizing for and condemning its history as a sundown town. As described in this book by historian James Lowen, Sundown Town was the name given to thousands of cities in the U.S. where African Americans were warned not to be caught after dark. Some cities posted signs like this. Others used intimidation or violence or discriminatory laws. Newspaper clippings dating back to the 1930s document Glendale's history excluding African Americans. The city at one time was headquarters to the American Nazi Party.
It has that legacy, and it seemed like it would make sense to address that head on.
Glendale City Councilman Dan Brotman says while the resolution is mostly symbolic, it is an important first step toward creating a more equitable city.
The resolution does commit us to looking across many aspects of how we conduct our affairs in Glendale and look at how racism may be playing a role.
Tara Peterson heads up the Coalition for an Anti-Racist Glendale. She says the resolution means the city takes ownership of its painful history.
Being able to say, hey, yes, we know we were once this way, we are no longer this way, and this is what we're going to do moving forward.
The City Council also agreed to hire an investigator to do a historic context study to document the racial history of Glendale and to look at how racial bias may play a factor in the city's hiring practices and housing and police policies going forward.
It's extremely empowering, and it makes a community feel like they can come together, and now we can really begin thinking about healing and reconciliation.
Angie Crouch, NBC4 News.